bunker. Yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker. Welcome to the bunker. This the bunker. Yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker.
Good people, what's up? Let's go. Listen, happy Wednesday. Shouts out to you, man. I'm excited. Hold on, let me go turn on the chat. I always forget that. We got TikTok. We live on TikTok. TikTok, what up? Yeah, my man. Hold on. Here we go. We good. Hope y'all good, man. Super excited. I'm rushing. I'm a little late today. But you know, it's all good fashionably. It's all about the Breakthrough Bunker, man, where we turn obstacles into stepping stones and dreams into reality. I'm your host, Murph, aka Mr. Motivation, and it is go time, y'all. Go time. Next up on the bunker, he's not just telling stories, he's changing the narrative. Meet Marquis Lupton, nationally syndicated radio host, former CNN journalist, founder of the TCP Network and Positive Media Academy, from Lancaster to CNN, from the Pentagon briefing room to neighborhood classrooms. He's been on a mission to uplift, empower, and amplify voices that are too often left out. This one's for the storytellers, the builders, and anyone reclaiming their power through purpose. Woo! I'm excited, y'all. But before we get into that, we're going to pay the bills. 3, 2, 1 with Murph, where I share 3 thoughts, 2 quotes, and 1 prompt or question for you, the viewer or listener. Thought: visibility isn't vanity, it's responsibility. When you know your voice can shift a room or shape a mind, silence is no longer neutral. So y'all know I'm back in the classroom. Shouts out to QCC. Shouts out to all my team. They may be tapped in, but I have them do something I learned in Toastmaster. It's like table topics. So I'm gonna get them a prompt. You know, who's your role model and why? And they got a minute or two to just talk about that or give them a word. So today we was doing words, you know, like failure, go. So my vision is to help them find their voice, help them be comfortable sharing their thoughts in front of a group. So great exercise. 2, you don't need permission to start building. You don't need permission to start building. Woo! Some of the most powerful movements were launched by people who got tired of waiting for that green light. And I tell you all the time, you got dreams, you got vision, you got something you want to do. Don't wait for your friends or family to validate. Just build that thing. Just start, right? Because remember, when you put that thing in the universe, you're going to start to attract the people who you need to help you get there, all right? So you don't need permission to start building. And the last thought: legacy is louder than likes. Woo! He said legacy is louder than likes. I like that one. The real measure isn't how many people follow you. It's how many people are changed because you showed up. Y'all heard that? He said the real measure isn't how many people follow you. It's how many people are changed because you showed up. That might be one of my favorite thoughts, y'all. I got 2 quotes. 2 quotes. 1, there are 3 types of people in life. There are 3 types of people in life. 1, those who wait for something to happen, those who watch what's happening, and those who make it happen, then help others do the same. I like that last piece, and help others do the same. 2, the function of freedom is to free someone else. The function of freedom is to free someone else. And 1 prompt I have for you, or question, the question today: what platform, visible or invisible, are you standing on right now? And how could you use it to uplift someone else? What platform are you standing on right now, visible or invisible? And how can you use it to uplift someone else? One of the beautiful things about the bunker, it gives me an opportunity to tap in with people I know. Some people don't know so well. I get to know them more, but I give them the platform to use my platform to promote themselves. And how can we support them? So as you tap in today, you listen to my homie, listen for what he got going on and how you can get involved and how you can support. And we're gonna do the little something like this. Without further ado, see, I gave y'all like the small intro. This is the fully baked intro. You ready, Keith? All right. Before we bring him out, let's take a moment to honor the journey. Marquis Lupton is more than a journalist or radio host. He is a media disruptor, a bridge between the mic and the movement. He's worked in national newsrooms like CNN and CBS, sat in on Pentagon briefings, and produced for the Situation Room. A proud native of Lancaster, PA, Marquis has poured his heart back into the community through initiatives like the TCP Network and the Positive Media Academy, teaching youth the power of their own voice. Today, he is the host of the Melanin Report, now nationally syndicated, where he's reshaping public radio by centering Black and brown stories with truth, care, and clarity. He believes in legacy. He believes in impact. He believes media can heal, not just inform. Good people coming to the stage, the big homie.
Yeah. Oh, appreciate it. Oh man, I felt like the visiting pastor, just listening, getting ready to come up, amen, amen. I come to you all standing on the shoulders of giants. Shout out to those that laid their lives before me for me to claim this moment before y'all. So
indeed, listen, he a comedian too, y'all. He a comedian too. Yeah, listen, Keith, let's talk. First of all, appreciate you for showing some love and coming on the production. So it's different. I thought about it. I'm driving up here like Keith's usually doing this for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, listen, tell the people how you know Murph, man.
Oh man. So folks, I met Murph as a new mover and shaker in my hometown Lancaster. I had just moved back to town for it was like 3 months. And there were folks like, yo, you got to meet this guy. And they were saying Sean. They weren't even saying Murph. They were like, yo, you got to meet this guy, Sean. You got to meet this guy, Sean. He's from New York, and they were talking about these vacation packages that you were doing for these parties in Barbados. And like nobody ever brought that kind of energy to town before. So we linked up. Oddly enough, we linked up through my old math teacher, Fred Waller. We eventually met up at a speaking engagement with some Black students at F&M, and like it's been on go ever since. Volunteering initiatives, bringing him on the show, multiple shows, and whatnot, supporting TCP, one of our largest supporters. And we've been disrupting media ever since.
Yeah. No, listen, far too kind. It's funny. I forget about a lot of stuff I did. Barbados trips was everything. If you ever know about the Beijing feeling, we used to take professionals to Barbados to experience crop over our carnival, if you would. And I ain't get Keith out there yet. My fingers crossed. We get him out there. Yeah. Listen, oh man, I don't know where to start. Shouts out to my team. You know they did the research on you. I know, dude. I know, buddy. Though. I got my questions right here. So Keith, let's start. How was your how did you grow up, man? How was your household like?
Had a 2-parent household. There's 3 of us. My older brother Kevin, me, I'm the middle child, and then my younger sister Brittany, and it was a regular, you know, small town middle class Black family bring up. One thing that I do like to bring up is that out of all 3 of us, I had a terrible stutter. From the age of like 5 to about 7, I limited my speech because, you know, kids are mean and everything, and my stuttering would evolve. It would go from like your traditional stuttering where like you would click. I would hold my breath, repeat the first letter in words and everything. So for that time period, I wouldn't talk. My parents put me in speech therapy, and the speech therapist was like, you know what? You don't need to be here, because every time you do poetry, every time you sing a song, every time you rap a song, you don't stutter. So the only thing you need to do is take your time and talk on a beat. So at a young age, you know, I always was talking on a beat, and that's my thing. You know, before I say anything, it's like, all right, 3, 2, 1, or 5, 6, 7, boom.
Wow.
And that's how it was growing up, and my family really leaning into it, you know, and saying, hey, you're starting to stutter, take your time, you know. And Black family in the suburbs, only Black family in the suburbs at that time.
So how was that? Because I'm from Brooklyn, and I know if a joker around us was stuttering, he about to get that smoke. How did you deal with, like, they have jokes that they like clown you? How that? Talk us through that.
Well, after I got over not talking, I became funny. Like you said, I'm a comedian, so I mean, I got good at snapping back to the point that, you know, they were like, all right, Keith. All right, I get it. You're funny. You know, so it was like, nah, hold on. You're gonna get this work, beloved. Hold on.
Right. Yo, it was crazy. So for me, my ears were protruding when I was young, and you know, they used to come for me too. But you had to become a comedian in order to combat that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I was like ruthless with it. So, like, ain't no stopping. Or I looked you up and down, and it's go time.
Yep.
So, and that's how I survived that phase of life.
Yeah. And I couldn't imagine for you, because, you know, you're from New York, so I know that they were, you know, a little bit more ruthless than Lancaster County.
Yeah. Interesting. So who was like your role model growing up? Like, think of childhood. Who'd you look up to?
It's gonna sound cliche, but my dad, like my dad is from, you know, the depths of North Philly. You know, left North Philly, came to Lancaster for college, met his sweetheart, met my mom in college, and everything, and like built a whole life, you know, for all 3 of us. Started out in a 1-bedroom apartment, and, you know, ended up in a big home that he couldn't even imagine. And like just seeing those stages and like his grind, you know, because my dad, he was a blue collar worker. He worked in an ink shop. Would come home covered in ink and everything like that. And just that grind to get to a point to be teaching diversity literally worldwide. You know, I seen it right there. Like that's who and what I want to be like.
Wow. So how did that shape you? Because I know fatherhood's a big thing for you. How did that shape you into, you know, being the father that you are today?
Being involved. And then also giving that knowledge up and giving it up early. My dad, again, from North Philly, so I mean he didn't have no filter.
Right.
Wasn't no thing as a gentle parenting with that. You know, and really I tried to reflect that much gentler, because I have two daughters. But I try to wash, rinse, repeat that because I see all three of us, and I see how all three of us are successful, and it's just like, why deviate from the blueprint?
Right. So recognizing we may have some new fathers out here. What advice would you give a new father as they go into fatherhood?
I would say talk to as many other dads as you can, and talk to as many dads from different economic situations as you can. Talk to dads who share a similar economic situation. Talk to dads that have a better economic situation, so that you'll have a recipe and a blueprint for yourself to aspire to. You know, people like to say, parenthood, we're all making this up as we fly the plane, which is true to a point, but you also have that village as well, and you can hand pick your village, and that's a great thing about being a parent. Like, everybody don't need to be in your business. You can hand pick the people that can be your parental mentors, so to speak.
I like that. You can hand pick your parental mentors. Shouts out to everybody tapped in on TikTok. Hey, what up? Another dope dad out there. So like we gonna bounce around. The Melanin Report.
Yeah.
Actually, let's before we get there, how'd you get into the broadcast space, communication?
Oh man. All right. So I'm gonna tell. Long story short, I actually from all that making fun of people growing up, I actually wanted to be a comedian. My mom was like, not going to send you to school to be a comedian. I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to be an actor. My mom was like, I'm not going to send you to school to be an actor. I was like, all right, well, what can I do that combines being a comedian, being an actor? I was like, boom, radio host. That's what I want to do. I want to do a radio host. And then we went into school for radio, was the hip hop news director, the GM, had my own show, which is funny. My show was a hit in the Cumberland Valley Jail. A couple of the students at Shippensburg that got locked up said that, like, my show was a hit. It came on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. They were like, yo, they were tapped in. You know, everybody knew who Quiet Storm was in the jail. And that's what really started that bug, because I was like, oh man, I can entertain different pockets of people, because I thought that it was just college students. And then come to find out, the president of the university was a big fan of the show as well. So I was like, all right, cool, I can do this thing. Graduated, became a club DJ for FM 97. And then after that, that's when the recession hit. And I was like, I'm going back to school. That's when I went to Morgan State and started working at CNN. And that's what started the whole news career, and really got me into news. And I just have a love for information, love for journalism, and just keeping people in the know. So that's what really keeps this media drive going. Yeah.
So I know you had experience in the White House. What was that like?
Oh, well, all right. It was White House adjacent. Right. Because I worked for CNN in the Situation Room, as well as for the Pentagon unit, and would sit in for defense briefings. This was when we had a heavy presence in Iraq and Afghanistan. And that was a amazing experience. Funny story. I remember one time not thinking, because CNN has an office in the Pentagon, and everything, and not thinking, packed my lunch, brought a silver fork, not thinking at all. go through the metal detector, boop boop boop. Like, yo, I thought it was about to go down. I was like, oh, I don't have anything. They searched me, searched my bag, searched my lunch. They were like, come on, man.
Right.
Come on.
Man, you got to know better.
Yeah. But that whole experience with CNN, like that really taught me the grind of news, because they have classes. Like you work at CNN, but they give you journalism classes, and the bulk of my journalism knowledge comes right from those classes. Like we were learning from world-class journalists, and then also I learned about that news grind with CNN. They have dormitories there, so if you got to be there, 24 hours, 72 hours, 120, you are going to be there. And that happened when the earthquake in Haiti hit, and we had to stay there for 3 days. So again, that got me in a mindset early about this journalism grind and the love for it.
So tell me now, in this space, I don't know, as a black dude, was it like, were you like alone? Was it a lot of black dudes? You alone?
Yeah. I was alone.
So what was that experience like?
I was used to it. I came from Lancaster County, graduated from Lancaster Catholic. I was one of 3 black dudes that graduated in my class in high school. So I was used to it. That was one of the reasons why I went to Morgan State for grad school. I was like, I need to get around more of us. So I had that nice little balance. It was very white at CNN, but I lived like in a hybrid on off campus kind of thing when I was at Morgan. So going home, I saw nothing but us. So that was a good balance.
Question. Now, I teach this course, first year experience, and a lot of my scholars or students is figuring out what career with the passion. You stumbled on and yours interesting. What advice would you have for someone that just don't know what's for them?
I would tell them what I am telling my daughters now. Find a job and career that can fund your passion, because your passion may not necessarily be able to fund your life. So find a job and career that can fund your passion, whatever that may be. Find out if you even want to do that. But yeah, find something that can fund your passion. And I would suggest find something in the IT field. That's one of the fields that are growing. That's one of the fields that you don't necessarily need a traditional degree for. You can go out there and get certified up. So yeah, or the trades. One of those positions that can't be replaced by artificial intelligence.
Oh yeah, I got some of my teammates is automotive. I say, yep, get the knowledge, start your own joint. Electrician, them jokers charge me extortion just to step onto the yard. You know what I mean?
And then like with like media, with like folks that asking about the media industry, I'm like, look, at this point, with entering traditional media, it's a enter at your own risk type thing. Nobody's safe. Like literally today, Jimmy Kimmel got fired, and he has had one of the best late night shows ever. You already seen that they got rid of Stephen Colbert. Molly Karam quit yesterday. So like even on that kind of level,
well, with journalism, I always wonder, because you could go to school for it, for communications, all that. Say you want to go into sports,
Mhm.
but all the dudes doing, they're retiring and then they're going into the booth. So where's the space for someone who's coming up from the collegiate route?
For that, it's a gift and a curse. Because now you have all of these YouTube like outlets that are being funded by like a DraftKings, that are being funded by a FanDuel. So you don't necessarily have to go the ESPN route. Whereas 20 years ago, it was like ESPN or bust. But now there's the YouTube route. There's Sirius XM. Stephen A. Smith has his own sports setup with Sirius. Mad Dog has his own. So now there's many other branches where it just doesn't have to be ESPN or bust. And then even with ESPN has ESPN Plus. So you don't even have to necessarily work for the mothership in Bristol. You can work for one of the other subsidiaries. And same thing with CBS and ABC. So if somebody were to get into journalism, I would push them to sports, because that's one of the growing mediums.
Interesting. Hey, Keith, share with us what you got going on, man. What you promoting? What you building? What you got?
Yeah, so we mentioned the Melanin Report, and because of the way that the country is, just to be transparent, with the attack on DEI, and with some emails that I received from some program managers and everything, we changed the name to the Morning Experience. So it's still the same content. It's still the same vibe. But we can't be as I don't know, bold, I guess.
You have to pivot.
Right. So with that, this is cultural news that is relevant. This is cultural content that is relevant. This is our news, our way. And it's really more of what I've been doing over the years, just nationally syndicated. There's a TCP Network, the Culture Professional, that I did, and this is a remix of the morning show, Hip Hop and Politics, and little bits and pieces of King's Court. All of those programs that I helped produce is now mixed into the Morning Experience, and that's what we're giving folks every day. We're on episode 53 now.
Wow. Interesting. Hey, tap in. I got that as at IG at the Morning Experience. Tap in, show your love, repost, reshare, like, it costs you nothing.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, Keith. So let's peel back the onion.
Yeah, man.
Let's see which direction we want to go in. You've done so much, buddy. Tell us about a moment in your early life where you didn't feel seen, and how that moment like still echoes and how you show up today.
Oh man, a moment in my life when I didn't feel seen. I would have to say my first job as a production assistant. I was so excited to work in the news. So excited to give my expertise in the newsroom and everything. I had a little no, I'm not even gonna call it arrogance. I'm gonna say confidence, because I was coming from CNN. So I'm like, I'm coming from CNN, took these CNN classes and everything like that, got my master's degree in this, I'm coming in as a production assistant. I'm like, look, I'm probably the most decorated production assistant to ever come in here. I was confident, and just being in those morning meetings when I would pitch stories and everything, and it wouldn't go anywhere. And there wasn't like another Black reporter in there to let me know the game. You know, I'm in there just off of passion and motivation. Like I didn't have a mentor to tell me do this, and this. I Googled stuff. I was like, all right, well, this is what Google did. Read this bio, looked at this documentary, and put it together and formulated my journalism career. So like I'm in there bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and they're shooting down my ideas until this redheaded lady Erin gave me the game. This is I'm 1 month in, gave me the game, and she was very real. She was like, look, you're just a production assistant. Edit the video, give it to the producer, do your job, go to the camera, run the teleprompter. I'm telling you, if you do that well, they will notice you. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Now, before I ended up getting promoted to a commercial producer there, I got a job offer as an anchor reporter for a station in Salisbury, Maryland. So that's when I took that job. But not being seen, like that was a tough first month because they took nothing. And like some of the looks that I would get when I would be speaking in the meeting, like it would be like, why are these people, looking at me this way? I thought it was race. Some of it may have been, but it was mostly because like, nah, you're basically the cameraman. Like the cameraman ain't supposed to be talking.
We don't want to hear your opinion.
right. Like,
woo.
Who let the cameraman talk? But like now I understand that. Then I didn't.
That's thanks for sharing. That is funny. Hey Matt, what up, my G? Shouts out to you, boy. I'm gonna tap in with you in a second. Got my TikTok folks on here. Shouts out to them.
What up, TikTok?
Huh?
Oh, just saying, what up, TikTok?
Yeah. Keith said, what up, y'all? Hey, what failure or loss made you question your worth? And how did you find your way back to believing in yourself?
Oh man. Well, I'll stay on that same storyline.
Yeah.
I'll stay on that same storyline. After I got that job as an anchor reporter in Salisbury. I was there for 7 months before I got fired. And like, I'm out along the Eastern Shore with my fiance. We just had a baby. I mean, she's 7 months old.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh my God, I got my new family out here. What am I going to do? Because news, you have contracts and like they have embargoes with those contracts. So even if you get fired, within a certain radius, you're not allowed to apply for a job. So you get fired, you essentially got to leave the city. So I was like, yo, like I don't know what I'm going to do. Like obviously I have to get a job, but like this was not a part of the plan. And again, remind you, I didn't have a mentor to lean on and say, all right, well, what happens when this happened? Again, I'm Googling stuff and I'm leaning on the OG. I'm leaning on my dad.
So wait, so you said that twice now. Do you have mentors now?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I make sure that I have mentors now, because of how lost I felt in the past. And also with that mentor stuff, I also felt like I had my dad. So like it wasn't like, all right, well, I need to go out there, even though that thought was still stunted, because there were even things that he couldn't tell me, especially about journalism and everything like that. But I always felt like I had my dad. Now, when he passed, that's when that light bulb clicked. Like, all right, I gotta find my tribe.
Wow. So, hey, y'all, listeners and viewers, important note: mentors matter.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith, how would you, for my college fam that's out here on tapped in, how you suggest they go about getting a mentor or finding a mentor? How'd you do it?
Just ask. Like
Mm.
the worst thing that they can say is no.
Yeah.
What I have found, everybody has said yes. Most of the time, majority of the time, they would really ask, like, for real, like, why me?
Right.
You know? And you just explain why. I brought him up earlier on. Fred Waller, Mr.
Yeah.
Waller, my 8th grade math teacher, became one of my mentors. You know, really taught me about financial responsibility. So like that's who I really lean on for that. You know, I have different mentors for different things, and it has benefited greatly.
That's dope. That's dope. Hey, do you serve on any boards, nonprofit boards?
I did, but not now. I just moved to Columbia, Maryland. So we've been here for a year. So my thing was settling in and doing stuff on the media side first, and then supporting my wife on the board side. So she's on 3 boards down here. So I'm like board adjacent.
Right.
Because you know they bring you into the work. It's not just them. It's
no,
it's us. It's an us thing. We on the board.
They go, what you think about this? And then you got to use your brain power.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't on no board, boo.
Yeah.
Oh man, too funny. Hey, what has failure taught you that success never could?
Failure has taught me to keep going. Because with success can be a devious being, because like success, you feel like, oh man, everything that I did worked. I made it. I can wash, rinse, repeat this. You know, a failure really gives you a moment to look at everything from a 360 standpoint. It makes you look at things raw, like without the ego, without the success. You know, it gives you a moment to look at you and be like, where did I mess up? And where can I not mess up in the future so that this doesn't happen again? Failure is the perfect reset. You know, one of the things that my dad would tell me about failure and success, he said that successful people will fail at the same thing multiple times, but they'll keep on going until that failure becomes a success. So even if you fail at that thing one time, you know, keep on failing at it, because every time you fail at it, you're getting better. Even if it doesn't feel like it, you're getting better. And that's the same thing that I tell my students. You know, keep on working at it. Like you will see and you will feel a difference by the end of the semester. Just keep on working at it.
Yeah. I think a lot of us scholars, students, they just fear failure, and I tell them, jokers, you gotta chase discomfort. You gotta fall in love with being uncomfortable. Let me tell you, my scholar, I told them, y'all gonna be great orators after this semester, because y'all gonna get up in front of this class and talk and get comfortable with it, because it just, oh man, it's a beautiful. Well, we have the luxury of having lived experience and know that, I'm gonna fail, might be a year, might be 2 years, but eventually being consistent, being committed, I'm gonna get to where I want to get. And a lot of times they just can't see that. I got one of my guys, I ain't gonna say his name, here in my class. He's like, I ain't really trying to get no A because I don't see the benefit in getting all A's. And I'm like, really? And he's like, so sincere. So like, we're gonna work on this, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, right, you don't know what you don't know. Now, he also doesn't know what career path you want to go into. But I told him, like, in 2 years, you may decide you want to go into medicine. and your GPA matters, but you can't get those 2 years back to fix it. So why don't you go all in and just, have all A's and see where it takes you.
Right.
So, but I like that. Let me see. I got a couple more. We doing good on time. We doing good on time.
And also,
I
think a lot of times, folks get caught up in the social media aspect of life, job, and career. People they post their highlights. Like social media, it's a highlight reel. Very, very rarely will you see somebody just post, I failed. This didn't work out. You'll usually see those posts attached to a success story. I failed at this, and this, but this happened, and now I'm here. Which is still a highlight reel. You rarely see somebody that's like, yo, I failed. I don't know what to do right now. I don't have no answers. I'm gonna find them, but I just don't know right now. And that moment is probably more real for a lot of us, and it happens more often than not to most of us, but it's not a major broad conversation.
Yeah, we definitely don't. That's a good point. Even now, I could say, I failed or dropped out of college, but now I'm a college professor. You know what I mean? So were we highlighting when we were in the dumps? Probably not, because we was in a silo trying to figure it out.
Right.
So that's a great point. But the sad part is a lot of us just spend a lot of time following those highlights. They think that's like just reality, but it took time for them to get there. And there's a lot of the story is missing. Interesting. What question for you? If your younger self could see you now, not just your accomplishments, but your mindset, what would surprise them most?
My boldness. As a kid, I was a very, respect your elders, Sunday school type kid. Didn't curse. Even though I had jokes on jokes, those jokes were clean jokes, like no cursing at all. The N-word, of course. But no cursing at all. Had a very leave it to Beaver kind of growing up. So I would say my boldness really surprises me because just life experiences like graduating high school. I had this real G Willikers, we are the way, type outlook on the world. Now got a couple battle wounds, got some scars, and just the boldness. I did a pitch on Tuesday, yesterday. Did a pitch for our show for another radio station, and after my pitch, talked to my mom, and my mom said it like, I couldn't imagine you doing this growing up. Like, what goes through your mind to say that I'm going to pitch myself my radio show so that it can be nationally syndicated, and that was just life experiences and everything. So yeah, my boldness.
So tell us this. Where did that come from? Where did that grow?
I would say grad school.
Okay.
Grad school is really where it grew, because that was the first time that I had professors that told me that I was smart. That was the first time that I had teachers that really said, like, you are highly intelligent. And just that constant pouring into you, those years at Morgan just really transformed me. Yeah, I would volunteer as a curator for a museum. And like museum people, they're a peculiar bunch, especially Black museum people. You know, learned a bunch from them, and just about our history as well. And that is what made me transform as well. I found out more of who I was.
I like that. It's a lot. It's a lot. So wait, you went to Morgan.
Yes, sir.
You Greek?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Yes, sir.
Shouts out to the Black Greeks.
Yo to the noobs. If any noobs are watching, yo to the noobs.
I got a question. I got a guy, man. This is advice. What advice? So I got a guy interested in getting tapped in, networking, building out, his tribe. Is thinking going Greek. He's a little, there's a little seasoned in life. What advice would you have for him? If and do you think that's and this isn't a recruiting call, Kappas. This is we just talking. Do you think that's a feasible route, or should he look at something else? Just general advice.
Absolutely do it. Because life is about networking, right? Tapping into those groups that you may not have access to, that may lead to avenues that you couldn't even think of. This is that. And whether you do it undergrad, whether you do a graduate, the love is there, and the love is real. The opportunities, they are real. One of my bros that I went to my undergrad with, I went to Shippensburg with, he didn't do Kappa then. He's from DC. He ended up joining one of the DC Kappa Alpha Psi chapters. He's been working for the Department of Defense for like the last 5-6 years now. And that's because of there's a frat brother that's a retired something that worked at the DOD. Wow. I can say the same thing for two of my chapter mates. Two of my chapter mates that work for the FBI. One of our old heads from 81, decorated FBI agent, helped them get in. And then they helped two other brothers from other chapters get in. So that's what this thing does. And it's not just an inner fraternity type thing. This is across the board. My first job, it was given to me by an alpha because I was a Kappa. Wow. So it's a network that you don't even know what part of your life it's going to affect in a positive way.
Check. Wow. Man, that's definitely insightful. I'll be sending my homie this episode to watch, and I may tap you till we get on a call. Because I'm not Greek, so I gave him outside information, but I think this is good from the stew on. No, this is good. This is good. Shouts out, we got patients are waiting on the call. Shouts out to PRW.
Hey, PRW.
We got the Black Doctor
support close. I keep the support close, man.
We got the merch on deck.
Yeah, man.
Listen, that is too cool. Oh man, listen, I'm trying to think. I mean, I got so many questions, but I think this was really full of substance. Keith, I have one more because I'm always thinking about my viewers and listeners. For you've done undergrad, grad. I got my first year experience students that's some right out of high school, some haven't been in 20 years. What advice will you give them as they begin this new collegiate journey to one, stay the course and complete?
Build that network. And internships, but also build those relationships with your professors. Myself, I teach at Stevenson University and I teach at Towson University. last semester, there was a student that was really interested in acting. And after every class, he would say, Professor Lupton, I'm really interested in acting. Do you know anybody? Do you know anybody? Do you know anybody? To the point that we built a relationship because of our conversations after class. And then one day I was like, look, I'm tired of you just asking me in passing. Let me call somebody. Right. Called somebody from back home, Suji Cruz, who actually got me on a Rite Aid commercial. So called her, put him on the phone. They exchanged contact information. I believe he was in her last movie. So and that was just from a casual conversation with your professor. Like your professor can get you tapped into what you need to tap into. So internships and your professors, utilize them both, especially when you're on campus, because that time period is so finite. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Listen, hey, my team tap in. Don't that sound familiar? Don't that sound familiar? I'm talking about almost verbatim. Love it. Hey, last question, Keith. I'm gonna let you get out of here. Whose wisdom has stuck with you, whether it's a person, a principle, or a powerful teaching or quote that helped guide the way forward?
Oh man, brother, this is a perfect setup. This is a perfect setup. Because you actually said the quote at the beginning of the show, which is something that my mom always said and that always stuck with me. And she still says it today. There's two people in life. You said three, which was interesting because I was like, oh man, they done added to it after these years. But she said there's two people in life. There's people that wait for stuff to happen, and there's people that make stuff happen. Which one are you going to be? And I always wanted to be one of those people that make stuff happen.
I love that. Listen, I know my daughter, my son might be tapped in. Do you hear this? I need you to make things happen. We got to dominate. There we know. It's the Murphy way, baby.
Yeah.
No, listen. Oh, man. I'm going to close out with, hey, promote anything you got going on. Keith, the floor is yours, brother.
Oh, I appreciate it. Folks, you can listen to the Morning Experience every day, every Monday through Friday on WLIT 106. You can ask your smart speaker to play Lit 106. You just say, hey, Alexa, play Lit 106 skill, and you will hear the Morning Experience. Again, that's from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And we are bringing you the news you need, the news you wanted, the news you did not know existed. This is a cultural celebration. We call it a experience because this ain't your mama's radio show. We really get into it early in the morning. We don't hold back. And then the playlist, chef's kiss. I mean, if you're from our generation, you are really going to vibe out. I like to say after 9 o'clock, we become a club cubicle. So definitely tune into the Morning Experience again on Lit 106, or you go to the website lit106.com.
Oh man, and I got all this. I'm here typing. Thankfully, I type fast. I got all this in the chat. Hey, let's get us some. We gotta get some motivation music on that playlist, homie.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yo, I'll tell you this. Because I only have one song of yours in my archives. Okay. But I'll tell you this. Cadence has made a couple spins on there already. So you already know. Know, brother.
I got a couple. I got For the Love of Women drop. That might be a nice one. But Cadence is good because Veterans Day is coming up, so it's gonna be a whole thing, But I'll definitely I'll text you over some Apple joints so you can pull up.
Cool.
All right, so hey, ladies and gents, I'm gonna send Marquis to the back room. Don't leave yet. I'm gonna talk to the people.
Yes,
But
sir.
definitely show y'all love. Appreciate you, my G.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Woo! I still got questions. But listen, that's a wrap, good people. If this spoke to your heart, share it forward. Take a moment to reflect on today's 3-2-1. Remember those 2 people, 3 that you can choose to be. Do remember to take one big action step. Who that? Kobe, what up? I see my G Kobe, the director. Take one big action step forward. Follow me everywhere. We are on what is it? Hold on. I got that up. Hold on. Kobe made me lose my train of thought. Let's put that up there. Let's take the ticker down. We got the morning experience. Y'all know what it is. All right. Subscribe to the Breakthrough Bunker newsletter for your weekly dose of inspiration. Grab your copy of Unbreakable Valor. You already know what it is. As of last week, Global Book Award. Oh, yeah, I'll be getting the medals coming. I'll show you that when they come out here. So tap in. We global with this author stuff, y'all. Well, we want to hear from you. Send us an email, breakthroughbunker@gmail. Any thoughts, questions? Share with us your breakthroughs. We'd love to hear that or read it, rather. Also know that this your breakthrough starts with you, because as I often say, nothing changes if nothing changes. Hold on, TikTok is telling me to do something. Breakthrough Bunker, where your next chapter begins. Do remember, good people, it's all about you. Yeah. That's exciting. And we are out.
I put it on my hood grown, NY, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy. I done came from the lowest low, still walk with my head high. All my life, I've been through it. Made it out, and I'm getting to it. Can't tell me I didn't do it. No passing L's, we skipping clubs. No taking L's, we getting done. I put it